One of my favorite times of the college football week is to bring Steve Merrill in to get his take on the college football games. Steve is the very best at what he does. You can join him on Wager Talk TV, also wagertalk.com. The Wager Talk TV is right here on YouTube, so it's an easy find. And you catch Steve's complete money management system, everything going on in college football, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and the NBA coming up soon. Game in the Big Ten, Pitt's Michigan, undefeated, taking on a 2-2 Nebraska team. And the Huskers are a 17-point dog at home.
Yeah, line opened as high as 18.5 earlier this week, quickly came down to 17, and it's not a surprise because the total opened 41.5 and quickly came down to 39. I even see some 38.5 starting to creep now. There's definitely been sharp money on the under in this game, so I think that's another reason why we've seen the point spread drop, because obviously if it's a low-scoring game, that gives a 17, 18-point dog a better chance of covering. Michigan's a tricky team. I mean, they're a really good team. They're number 2 in the country, yet they haven't covered a point spread all year. They're 4-0 straight up, but they're 0-3-1 against the spread. They did get the push last week against Rutgers, closed as a 24-point favorite, won 31-7 with Harbaugh's return. So all those non-covers came before he was there, but this is now their first road game of the season. By the way, road favorites actually do quite well after playing their first 3+ games at home. So it's not as much of a flat spot as you would think, and it works well for road favorites. Road dogs do not do as well, and it makes a lot of sense. If you're their superior team, it's not as much of a disadvantage to be traveling after being at home for a month. And yes, there are a 2.5 touchdown favorite. They should win this game, but Nebraska's a good defensive underdog. My database simulation has it at 16.5, so I do think that early move from 18.5 down to 17 made sense. But if I'm going to play this game, I'm on the under 39. I would have liked that opener 41.5 a lot better because 41 is a very key number. But it's hard not to make a case for the under here. One of the reasons Michigan has not covered a point spread despite winning every game this year is because they've been so low scoring. They've gone under in all 4 games this year, despite being a 3.5 touchdown or bigger in every game. And that makes sense, right? If the games are low scoring, it's going to be hard to cover as a big favorite. So once again, I'm going to stay off the side in this one. I'm going to look at under 39. And that's because Nebraska also under in 3 of their 4 games this year. And they're allowing just 1.8 yards per rush. You know, everyone talks about how great Michigan's defense is, less than 6 points a game. Michigan's giving up 80 rushing yards, 2.8 yards per rush. Nebraska's given up 46 rushing yards, 1.8 yards per rush this season. Now, I do think the one edge in this game for either team is Michigan throws the ball much better. Cornhuskers are better against the run than the pass, so that might enable Michigan to get to the over and the cover here. But until I see otherwise, 7-1 under combined for these two teams. Let's look under 39 in this game.
Folks, you get my picks. I pick all the top 25 games plus some other ones. So whatever I feel like picking, basically, each and every week on patreon.com/MarkRogersTV. And I feel good about 15-5 against the spread last weekend and 63% overall. But it pales in comparison to Steve. We bring on the expert, 16-1 against the spread in his under the radar selections that you can only get on patreon.com. It's /MarkRogersTV over on YouTube as well as a member of the channel. Steve, thank you so much.
Hey, thanks, Mark.